Good morning, good morning, good morning. Eileen Baxter coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. How are you doing? Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Trying to get comfortable here. Hope you had an amazing Sunday, Easter with your friends and families. It's different way of celebrating for sure, right? But we got it done. You know, Passover too, and all of these major holidays that mean a lot. And we reflect on what the meaning of the holidays is or are, right? So it's been an incredible weekend. I'm sure for all of us, many for us. If not, I'm sending you a virtual hug and healing and love and light, and just know that you're not alone, and we're in this together, and we will get through. So, oh my gosh, I'm super nervous for today live. I had to, hi, good morning, Elsa. I feel like my voice even changed. So yesterday was a day of faith, God, purpose, how God fits into our life and into our business, into our everyday existence. I haven't been that emotional in years because the journey has been out of this world with that particular subject, and I literally had to look at every aspect of my life and the effect of it. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. The last time I shared my story was probably a year ago, and prior to that, at least 20 years or so, maybe a little less. It starts in Russia, and one of the reasons we came to this country was because as a Jewish person, we were prejudiced and discriminated. We could not live a quality of life. We could not get education. We could not get into good colleges or get the jobs that we wanted. So we were prosecuted. So we came to, and we couldn't practice religion. So supposedly there's no religion, but there is, you know, Catholic churches. But the Jewish people had to hide and practice their faith incognito. So we knew we were Jewish, but it wasn't like, you know, we couldn't feel Jewish. And this is difficult. So we come to America, nobody cares about that, right? Nobody cares we're Jewish, people care we're Russian. I go to the Jewish school, and what I hear is we are the chosen one, and everyone is not as good as us. And that's exactly what I heard in Russia, that all the religions that we had there was the best, and we were like second-class citizens. It's very confusing for a young child. Religion, to me, felt horrible. God felt horrible to me because it felt like it separated us from each other instead of bringing us together. At 16 years old, I went to Interfaith Conference. And the things that I heard there was beautiful and horrible all at the same time. The prejudice, the discrimination overpowered the few good thoughts. So I decided that I'm going to not believe in God. I decided that I'm going to be an atheist. I didn't know what that meant. To me, it meant that we all one, and we see a human race as one. And there's no discrimination when you're atheist because you just believe in energy. Well, that didn't like that feeling either. I want to be inclusive, but I felt deep down inside there's a bigger purpose, this bigger energy. And I created a world for my own self that we all were one. There was only supposedly, good morning, one God, but why do we pray to so many? If there's one God, this is the questions I ask myself. If there's one God, why do we read so many books? Why there's so many different ways of praying? It was all very confusing to me. I wanted to live in a world of harmony with everyone because I knew how it feels to be prejudiced against. I did never want to do that to another human being because of their religion or their color or the way they prayed. Fast forward, I'm still an atheist. I created this beautiful world that inclusive, everybody's welcome. Color is beauty. Different is beautiful. And when you don't have that identity, maybe I'm trying to say, it's God, faith, spirituality. It's a difficult way to live when you don't get it. So I said I was atheist, I'm spiritual, I pray everywhere, I don't need a place to go to pray. I'm just gonna have church everywhere, or temple, or mosque. And 23, I was in a terrible car accident. I was T-boned. Drunk driver, the car spin, smashed, literally like mashed potatoes. My chair moved. I was married at the time. They had to cut me of jaws of life. They told my mom the angels was looking after me, that I should have been dead. They didn't understand how I survived such an impact. I saw the whole car accident out of my body. I went through the tunnel. I saw the light. I was put in a room with a movie projector, and I saw my life from 21 to 23. How miserable I was. At that moment, I decided to get a divorce. I saw myself running through fields of flowers with joy and happiness. But the powerful moment came when Jesus walked into the room and put his hand on my shoulder and told me that I wasn't ready to die, that I had to live to help my daughter. She was 9 months old. I had no clue what he was talking about. He told me that I have to teach. I had to guide people to their purpose, to their light. I have to learn. Well, that wasn't an issue, but what am I going to teach? It was crazy as time. A Jewish girl sees, an atheist Jewish girl sees Jesus and has a conversation. It was incredible, crazy ass, beautiful time for me. The growth, the knowledge, the people that came into my life were incredible. You know, when they say teacher, when the student is ready, the teacher shows. So I had this peace over me, but confusion at the same time. I know I was saved for better, but I didn't know what it was. And yesterday, listening to these incredible people and their stories, it brought me back to this moment of second chances. Life wasn't easy. I had to understand the message, and I started sharing it. And then it was bittersweet when I shared my testimony, how God saved me and what happened to me. People told me I was nuts. People thought I was delusional. People minimized my experience. The Jews told me that I could not see Jesus, and the Christians told me that if I don't accept them in my heart and as born again, that I wasn't serving him correctly. There was so much confusion. It was so difficult because I felt I belonged to this higher power, but I didn't belong anywhere. Everybody wanted me to think and believe and be a certain way. I hated the experience that brought me so much joy and peace. I knew that I wasn't walking alone anymore, but I was walking alone because all these people were trying to claim my experience. So I stopped sharing. I just kept it to myself because I didn't want to be called crazy. I didn't want to let anybody down. I didn't want to explain myself anymore. I held that beautiful relationship that I have with him as my own because I got tired of expressing, no, I am not born again, but I was reborn. No, I'm not Jewish for Jesus. I'm just a Jewish girl that has a very super special experience with God. And I knew he walked with me. I knew he protected me. I knew that he got me. As my daughter got bigger and, you know, we had a difficult journey, but I knew he still protected me. And I prayed and I, you know, just went on and created a life and shared bits and pieces of this experience. As difficulties came into my life, I doubted the blessing that I received. I asked, why me? Then I said, why not me? I said, why my daughter? Well, and then I said, why not my daughter? And I knew why my daughter, and I knew she'd be okay because I have this God that's standing with me, beside me, not behind me, not in front of me, with me. I got tired of struggle. I got tired of rebuilding myself, but I heard this voice constantly. I got you. When she was about 15 years old, I was exhausted. I sat there and I prayed and I said, God, give me strength. What I'm about to say to you, please don't judge me. And I prayed. Either for my daughter to die, that I can just bury her and she can be in peace. And so I just mourn her once and then have a special place in my heart, or guide her to the right path because I could not help anymore. So I released her to God, to universe. I let go of my power or lack of that I had at the time. I let go of holding everything together. And I said, she's yours, I'm yours. I can't do this anymore, so just guide me. And everything changed. Things got better. She got stronger. I became more happier. I started sharing my story a little bit more here and there, very gently. And then I stopped again. I got caught in life. I got caught in my own shit. And then my second car accident happened. Prior to that, I found peace. I embraced my weakness. I embraced my strength. I said, I've healed. I started living with the mission and the purpose that got me put on, not full force, but I was taking baby steps, helping other parents dealing with issues with their children. I found ideas in places that didn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. Therapy that was free, and I was ready for love. I was ready to rebuild my life. I've done what I could. She was good. I was good. We were good, you know. I mourned my second marriage. I rebuilt my business again because through dealing with my daughter, lost a lot. And then 43, and the first car accident was 23, 20 years apart. And the second car accident happens exactly the same way. I was T-boned. The first thing I heard is a voice that told me this car accident happened because you were not living in your mission and purpose. You have not learned everything that you needed to learn. It wasn't coincidence because it was 20 years apart. Exactly the same way. I had to lose so much. I had to lose myself, my business that I built for 30-something years, my American dream. I lost my health. I lost my mindset. I lost me. I had to learn how to pray again. I had to learn how to follow Jesus' mission. I had to learn that he saved me for a reason and purpose, that my pain was my strength. When I lost my hope and my faith, and I couldn't pray anymore, I didn't believe it because why me? Well, why not me? He knew that I could handle it, right? He knew that I would have the power and the strength sooner or later to share what he did. He saved me. And I knew that I had to give hope to others and to express that whole, whatever you believe is your power and your strength. We don't have to believe in the same thing, but we have to have faith and hope and believe in one powerful God. The pain was tremendous. And I didn't know how I was going to survive this. The depression, the anxiety, the loss, not having strength anymore to fight this. You know, I gave up. And a little over 2 years ago, I did exactly the same thing. I sat there and I prayed and I said, either take me away or save me. The pain that I was putting my daughter into and my family, I couldn't bear it. I could not live with that chronic pain and depression and the shaking and the spasm and seeing my business just, my all hard work go away. I felt like a failure. I felt like I could not rebuild this. I didn't have strength and power in me anymore. And I prayed and I said, God, I know you saved me. And I know you've been there for me, but I don't have any faith anymore. I pray just because it makes me feel good, but I don't believe in my prayer. I don't believe that you hear me. So I'm going to ask for last prayer. Either take me or save me. And after I did that, I wrote down how I want him to save me. I wrote, I need healing. I need to show me that I will be okay. I'm willing to work for it, even though I don't have strength. I'm willing to fight for it, even though I just want to die. And I said, please send me an answer that is with heart and soul, that has passion, has a mission, has a purpose, that is not killing my inside and my spirit, that it's something natural, that I can help other people, that I can relight my heart again, that I can serve your mission that you saved me for over 30 years ago. You told me that I have to show people that there's no option in giving up, right? I said, I don't have a lot, so I don't have millions of dollars to invest, but I will do whatever it needs to be done if you show me the way. And I let it go. And I prayed. I didn't believe in my prayer, but I prayed anyway. This voice came over me and saying, wherever you are is just a moment. And giving up is not an option. Take baby steps better than no steps. And please see your glass overflowing with abundance and the strength and the answers that you need. These are my words that I've been saying for over 30 years to myself and to others. That's what kept me going in my difficult times. And I heard this from God. I cried and I laughed when I heard that, because I know he was showing me the sign, but I had to do my part. I had to start fighting for myself. I felt his presence like I've never felt him before. I got it. I understood it. In order for me to show others, I have to first have a testimony. I had to show that I am willing to fight for my life. He cannot do it by himself. It was a big moment for me. I still didn't have a solution, but I looked at my pain. I looked at my loss of income differently. I looked at my appointment book. I'm still grieving, don't get me wrong. When you lose so much, it doesn't just go away. But I looked at it and said, well, maybe God is going to give me something bigger and better. Maybe this has happened so I have a room to go and travel and talk my truth and tell my testimony. This is just was my conversation now. This light pumped up. And why not me, right? I had to remember what I've been with my daughter and everything that I've been through. I had a mission to share with other parents and be a support for other parents. And now maybe I need to be support for others that live with chronic pain and depression and anxiety and loss of their lives. And if I had to shake or be it, right, I kind of started to accept my situation, because we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we live with it and how we see it as a curse or as a mission. And I began to see it as a mission. Even though I didn't have an answer, I accepted that if I had to wait for that epidural and I had 3 months of being okay, I will do my best to help others in those 3 months. You know, I became a prisoner of my body, my mind, my home. I spent 90% of my time at home because I was embarrassed to be outside. I didn't know when I would start shaking. I didn't know when I would start spasming. I had to love myself because before somebody could love me. So this journey from the whole entire life has been one big journey to bringing me where I am today. And then God answered. He sent me Vox Life. First, he sent me a beautiful angel, Kim Lacey. Without her, I wouldn't be here today. She prayed for me when I didn't have the strength. She guided me through the madness when I was so lost. God put her into my salon in Los Angeles. I was her last place to stop by. She walked into my life in most darkest moment. I was rude. I didn't want to hear anything she had to say, but God was testing me. He put that angel into my life. God works in the most mysterious ways. He puts it in ways that we never expected. You know, there's a saying, people make plans and God laughs at them or cries with them, right? If it wasn't for her and God, to me, they're one. I wouldn't be able to hear right now, be here and tell you this story. God put the right answer into her and she blessed me with it. And so God sent me an answer exactly for what I prayed for. Drug-free, non-invasive, no chemical, with heart, with mission, with purpose, with passion. And it was $40. I was in my last ropes. I could not hold on anymore. Like I said, I lost my faith. I was tired. I prayed, even though I didn't believe. But I prayed for an answer, either take me away or show me the way. So I had to remember that. So I get this wearable technology product. There was not a lot of hope because I didn't want to be disappointed. And I lost my faith, right? So without faith and without hope, what you left? Nothing. Emptiness. I put the product on and I was shaking so painfully. I was waiting for my epidural. I was counting the days. I was taking Vicodin and Norco and all kinds of meds. I was exhausted mentally and physically and emotionally. I was holding on for my dear life. I put the socks on and I stopped shaking. I did it for 20 minutes. I took them off and I put them on. I had goosebumps coming over me. I had this peaceful feeling of God being in the room with me. I called Kim and I said, Jesus just came down and kissed my feet. Yep, that's what I said. Jesus just came down and kissed my feet. And you know me, knowing me, I am crying and laughing. She's like, are you okay? What can I do for you? You know, she's miles away and are you on the floor again? We need to call 911 to get you off the floor. What do we need to do? Because I was hysterical. I said, no, Jesus just came down and kissed my feet. I stopped shaking. I haven't shook for 20 minutes. At that time, I couldn't, everything made sense. Everything made sense. And me being me, silly, and I said, I'm about to convert. And she said to me, I love your Jewish ass. Just the way you are, continue speaking to your Jesus. And at that moment, everything made sense. Everything, the light went up. The first car accident and the second was one amazing, beautiful journey of my faith, of losing it and getting it back, of really proving that God is always with us. We just have to be able to hold on. We have to be able to just see it. We just have to, even if we don't believe it, like blind faith, right? Faith, it has to be felt. We can feel it. We feel it in a very special way. And I understood my mission and purpose. I understood why my second car accident happened. I understood the way it happened and why it happened the way it happened. It tied it all together. My whole journey became one. I had to experience all of that to be able to find Vox Live and Jay Dallowell. I was supposed to go through all of that to be able to relate to people that live with chronic pain in such deep level. I knew that at that moment, that's why my book was empty, that I lost so much, but I gained so much back. I knew that God always had my back, even though I didn't have his. So yesterday was such a beautiful confirmation as people shared their stories. They were similar to mine. I wasn't alone. I wasn't the crazy one. I was part of this beautiful group of believers. And my journey, it will continue. And I will change lives because he answered my prayers in such a level of grace. That's the best way I can say grace. And today, right now, I am even more in peace than I could ever be. I'm in a situation, could feel hopelessness, but I feel only hope. Salon is closed. My main income is no longer exists right now. My blessing from my wearable technology every day is growing because God gave me that gift. God gave me that mission. I have faith and I have passion for it beyond your explanation. My testimony of my survival, finding my God, finding my mission, finding my strength, it's solidified even more from yesterday. Rise up story, right? I feel so blessed. I feel such embraced by him. I feel so much in peace. I'm not worried because he's never, ever, ever let me down. I always had whatever I needed, even though I didn't see it, right? I didn't feel it. Even when I felt alone, there was some voice in my head, keep on going, keep on going. So anyway, wow, I got it all out. And thank you for hanging with me, and thank you for your support and your energy. There's so much more, but I'm going to save it for another time. Oh, Nicole, let's chat. I have a gift that can help you with that, I promise. Message me and let me share what I have for you. Your life is about to change. Trust me, you will not have to suffer so much anymore. And you just heard my testimony. Doctors gave me no options. Doctors gave me no hope, but God got me. So wherever you are, it's just a moment. And giving up is not an option. Please take baby steps. Better than no steps. And as Jesus told me, your glass is overflowing, but you have to see your blessings that is surround you. Oh, beautiful, Nicole. I don't know everyone. I'm glad. That's great. Amen. I'm happy. Perfect. Yes, Vox Live changes many lives. So look at the abundance that are in your life. Count your blessings today. See the glass not half empty, not half full, but overflowing. And trust that whatever you believe got you. And whatever you believe is your belief, and it's okay. It doesn't have to fit into anybody's box of views. And that's what helped me to believing full forcefully, because I wanted to be accepted and fit into some sort of box, but I cannot. I'm a crazy ass Russian on a mission of changing lives. Love you guys, bless you, and I will see you all later.